Have you ever wondered about the creature that defies gravity, a master of camouflage, and a symbol of patience? Welcome to the world of the seahorse. A seahorse, also known as seahorse or seahorse, refers to any of the 46 species of small marine bony fish in the genus Hippocampus. The name hippocampus is derived from the ancient Greek words hippocampos, pi kappa alpha mu pi omicron, which combines hippos, pi omicron, meaning horse, and campos, kappa mu pi omicron, meaning sea monster or sea animal. Seahorses have a head and neck that resemble a horse, along with segmented bony armor, an upright posture, and a curled prehensile tail. They belong to the family Syngnathidae, which also includes pipefishes and sea dragons, Phycodurus and Philopteryx. Seahorses are typically found in shallow tropical and temperate saltwater environments around the world, ranging from about 45 degrees south to 45 degrees north. They inhabit sheltered areas such as seagrass beds, estuaries, coral reefs, and mangroves. In the Pacific, 4 species are found from North America to South America, while in the Atlantic, Hippocampus erectus ranges from Nova Scotia to Uruguay. The dwarf seahorse, H. zosterii, is found in the Bahamas. Seahorse colonies have also been discovered in European waters, such as the Thames estuary. In the Mediterranean Sea, 2 species, H. gutulatus, the long-snout seahorse, and H. hippocampus, the short-snout seahorse, are present. Males typically stay within a 1 square meter, 10 square feet, territory, while females have a range about 100 times larger. Seahorses vary in size from 1.5 to 35 centimeters, 0.6 to 13.8 inches. They are named for their horse-like appearance, with bent necks, long snout heads, and distinctive trunks and tails. Although they are bony fish, they lack scales and instead have thin skin stretched over a series of bony plates arranged in rings throughout their bodies. Each species has a unique number of rings. The bony armor protects them from predators, and due to this outer skeleton, they do not have ribs. Seahorses swim upright, using their dorsal fin for propulsion, which is a characteristic not shared by their close relatives, the pipefish, which swim horizontally. Razorfish are the only other fish that swim vertically. The pectoral fins, located on either side of the head behind the eyes, are used for steering. Seahorses lack the typical caudal fin found in other fish. Their prehensile tail is composed of square-like rings that can only be unlocked in extreme conditions. They are skilled at camouflage and can grow and reabsorb spiny appendages depending on their habitat. Seahorses have a flexible, well-defined neck, which is unusual among fish. They also have a crown-like spine or horn on their head, called a coronet, which is unique to each species. Seahorses are poor swimmers, rapidly fluttering their dorsal fin and using their pectoral fins to steer. The dwarf seahorse, H. zosterii, is the slowest moving fish in the world, with a top speed of about 1.5 meters, 5 feet, per hour. Due to their poor swimming ability, seahorses are often found resting with their prehensile tail wrapped around a stationary object. They have long snouts for sucking up food, and their eyes can move independently of each other, similar to a chameleon. Male seahorses have a brood pouch on the ventral side of their tail. During mating, the female deposits up to 1,500 eggs into the male's pouch. The male carries the eggs for 9 to 45 days until the seahorses are fully developed but very small. The young are then released into the water, and the male often mates again within hours or days during the breeding season. Before breeding, seahorses may court for several days. Scientists believe that courtship behavior synchronizes the animal's movements and reproductive states, allowing the male to receive the eggs when the female is ready to deposit them. During courtship, seahorses may change color, swim side by side holding tails, or grip the same strand of seagrass with their tails, and will around in unison in a pre-dawn dance. They eventually engage in a true courtship dance lasting about 8 hours, during which the male pumps water through the egg pouch on his trunk, expanding and opening it to display its emptiness. When the female's eggs reach maturity, she and her mate drift upward snout to snout, often spiraling as they rise. The female inserts her ovipositor into the male's brood pouch and deposits dozens to thousands of eggs. As the female releases her eggs, her body slims while the male swells. Both animals then sink back into the seagrass, and the female swims away. Seahorses have a complex courtship process involving several phases. The initial phase, characterized by color brightening and synchronized body movements, establishes a connection between potential mates. The female then initiates the next phase by pointing her body towards the male. In response, the male also points, and this leads to a series of upward swims culminating in copulation, where the female transfers eggs into the male's brood pouch. The courtship process typically occurs over several days, with the initial phase taking place early in the morning. During this phase, the pair engages in intricate displays, including quivering and body rotations. The female then initiates the pointing behavior, followed by a latency period where no courtship activity occurs. The third phase involves renewed pointing displays from both sexes, leading to the final phase of upward swims and egg transfer. The male's brood pouch provides a protected environment for fertilization. Seawater enters the pouch, creating a suitable environment for sperm activation and egg fertilization. This unique reproductive strategy reduces sperm competition and ensures successful offspring development. After fertilization, the eggs are embedded in the pouch wall and surrounded by a spongy tissue. This pouch acts as an incubator, providing oxygen and a controlled environment. While the egg yolk supplies nourishment to the developing embryos, the male seahorse also secretes additional nutrients, such as energy-rich lipids and calcium, into the brood pouch. These nutrients are absorbed by the embryos, aiding in the development of their skeletal system. The pouch also offers immunological protection, osmoregulation, gas exchange, and waste transport. The eggs hatch within the pouch, where the salinity of the water is regulated to prepare the newborns for life in the sea. The number of young released by the male seahorse varies, averaging between 100 and 1,000 for most species, but can be as few as 5 for smaller species or as many as 2,500. When the fry are ready to be born, the male expels them through muscular contractions. Birth typically occurs at night, and the male is ready for the next batch of eggs by morning when his mate returns. Seahorses, like most other fish species, do not care for their young after birth. The infants are vulnerable to predators and ocean currents, which can carry them away from feeding grounds or into extreme temperatures. Less than 0.5% of the infants survive to adulthood, which explains the large litter sizes. These survival rates are relatively high compared to other fish due to the protected gestation, making the process worthwhile despite the significant cost to the father. In contrast, the eggs of most other fish are abandoned immediately after fertilization. Seahorses are slow-moving creatures that rely on their camouflage to ambush prey. They have a unique feeding strategy involving a two-phase process. First, they slowly approach their prey, and then they rapidly pivot their head to suck in the prey with their long snout. This adaptation allows them to capture small crustaceans, such as mysid shrimp, with precision. However, seahorses face various threats to their survival. Habitat loss, particularly the degradation of coral reefs and seagrass beds, is a significant concern. Additionally, bycatch in fishing activities poses a serious threat, as millions of seahorses are inadvertently caught and killed each year. The lack of comprehensive data on seahorse populations makes it difficult to accurately assess their risk of extinction, highlighting the urgent need for further research and conservation efforts. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of seahorses. We hope you enjoyed learning about their unique features, care tips, and intriguing behaviors. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more insightful content, make sure to subscribe to Spectrum of Wisdom and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of the animal kingdom.